you've started, I think you have 4 companies. Just name off the companies that you have.
Yeah, so Rozalado, that's the family business. Rozalado Services is a national janitorial service company that operates in 27 states with 500 employees. I've got Route, so it's getroute.com. That is a marketplace and B2B tool platform for cleaning business owners to build, grow, and scale their cleaning companies. I've got Rosa Contractors and Maintenance, which is like the contracting and maintenance division of the company. And then I have Cleaning and Cocktails, which is a podcast that spotlights cleaning business owners, suppliers, manufacturers across the country while having a little bit of fun.
I love it. So let's do a mini business course on that. A mini business course on starting multiple businesses and running them all at the same time. Not necessarily starting, but starting / having 4 businesses and making sure that you can, stay on top of it. So what's the secret to making sure that everything's in growth mode?
Oh, man. So it's obviously people, but the people I'm talking about is also your partners. Right? We all need the people to be the workforce, the doers, to get shit done out there. They make it happen, right? The field, staff out there. But you also need the right partners. So I'm lucky enough that when I first started Rozalado, it was my wife and my cousin. And now, as we grew in the business, we're up to 24 family members in all the different companies.
Right.
Family helps, right? That definitely helps. But like Rozalado, we built that together, right? So then I had a lot of family coming up. My brother came in, my mom came in, my aunt, a lot of family members. We started to realize who has a knack and has a hunger and a drive to go launch another division.
Yeah.
And that started to happen, right? So like my brother is now taking over Rozalado as CEO. He was our CFO for a few years. Now he's taking over the company. Gave Tony, my cousin, the ability, because I forgot a company, but he launched Rosa Concrete Coating and Epoxy. That's been his passion for 3-4 years. We just didn't have the funds, the team, the capital, the bandwidth. We now have it. Tony's out there running it. I launched the software company, so I was able to venture off and launch that and build a team and raise fund. I raised some VC money, and now we're blowing that up. The podcast, that's for fun. I have a couple people that kind of overlap, and they just help me with that. We have a videographer, but it's the right people, putting them in the right place and trusting them. Like we have a trust out there. Our directors in Rozalado, like they're next in line, right? A few of them are next to launch another service in a branch. And like, hey, we've got the funding, we've got the banking, we've got the resources, and we've got the brand. You have what many others don't. You have to make tough decisions, and do it, but at least you've got the support, man. That's the toughest part about the small business world in our space is many of them don't have the resources and the support, and they're not able to launch and get out there.
Right. So number one, you're talking people, people across the board. It sounds like number two, you're talking, having the resources for the team. Yeah. And then what would number three be?
I'd say mindset, proper mindset, right? Because it's not for everybody. Like I've made many mistakes putting the wrong person in the wrong role to launch something, and it went nowhere. Right? But we failed. I've got 6 or 7 LLCs that never even got off the ground. It just wasn't the right time or the right person. But I think it's the right mindset that has to be aligned with that person and the opportunity. There's got to be a problem that you're trying to solve with that business. Yeah. That is strong enough, and that person that you're going to put in charge of understands that that's an opportunity and it's not just a problem.
Yeah, no, but I agree with you. I think mindset is at the base of all of it. If you, sometimes says just a small degree shift of mindset to get you back to center, to be more, to kind of stay in that positive space. It can go a long way. And I think it has to do a lot with having faith, like you talked about earlier, right? That your parents shared with you, because you sometimes, even when it seems dark, you got to have faith. Like you said earlier, I loved what you shared. Right? There's always tomorrow, and so you got to get through the day.
Well, I'll tell you, John, it's like I've been, I follow a lot of speakers and podcasts, and I hear when people talk about God or Jesus, right? I have faith. I don't go to church as much, but my mom is my connection. And then I have
Yeah.
some friends now that have been some new vessels, because what they've opened me up to is, Rick, even though you don't go to church all the time and you don't practice, that, like my mom is, dude, she sends me a TikTok prayer every single morning. Every single morning I have a TikTok prayer. She's my strong connection to God. But we're 100% Mexican American. My family, I grew up being Catholic, but then now we broke off a little bit, like Catholic Christianity. But man, as long as you acknowledge faith, that's what I've been doing the past few months, is just acknowledging, like, I have faith. It's just a different type of faith sometimes. That doesn't mean it's not that I don't have to speak to God or Jesus every day or read the Bible and do things like that. But I practice faith. I believe, right? And that there are good things out there, and that good things are going to happen. Because you said it, man. I try not to watch the media. The media.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes we just got to surrender to a something that's a little bit more powerful than us, and believe that there's a bigger plan. I love that. I'll just add to the people in the mindset piece. I think another piece is when it falls under number 2 that you talked about, resources, is training your people to make sure that they know how to communicate, they understand how to influence, they understand how to delegate things, be very specific and measurable. I think that's a very, very important piece that sometimes people leave out a little bit when it comes to kind of the ABCs of growing multiple companies like yours, which is making sure that the managers in place actually know how to communicate with people, empower people, and get them moving in a really positive direction and in an effective direction, so they're actually able to do the work at a high level.
Oh, dude, John, that's the world we live in right now. Everybody thinks that you get bigger and you scale your company, that hey, you made it, right? You're doing good. No, I have bigger problems. Like real life scenario, as Rozalado grew, we had to develop middle management managers. And up until then, we had just put people in place as, hey, you're the next manager, you're the next leader. They actually weren't ready. We didn't clarify our communication. We didn't have clarity. And man, it bit us in the butt. Still to this day, communication is what will kill your culture, your organization.
Yeah,
you nailed it. I think that is one of the biggest things, is communication.
Yeah, people leave managers, not companies, is a very, very true statement.